Hey guys, Indie Prepper here. Another review on some primitive fire starting skills that don't involve the bow drill. I'm going to be talking about some basic primitive skills here in the future. You know, got some decent gear that I've used over the years just for historical purposes, just for learning, you know, on the primitive side of things, just because I want to know how to do that. Not that I hopefully ever expect to do so. You know, for fire starting, like we're going to talk about here, I'd much rather have cigarette lighter or some matches, that type of stuff, but I'd like to know how to do something else in a pinch if I have to. This is a little tin here that I picked up quite a few years ago. I've got several of these actually. I bought quite a few of them at the same time. This is a flint and steel and magnifying glass, just kind of a basic fire starting kit in the primitive world. And when I say primitive, I don't necessarily mean caveman. I mean before the age of matches and cigarette lighters and all that modern convenience stuff. So this is going to be Civil War and back, you know, Revolutionary War, frontiersmen, you know, all that type of stuff. Again, not necessary to know how to use these things, but darn it, it's just kind of cool. We'll go over this kit here in just a second. Let me just say I got it from Black Bear Haversack Trading Post, which is a, from what I can tell, a little known website. Has all sorts of nice little items, just good stuff for cheap, just to play around with, you know, work on your skills, that type of stuff. I'm going to be doing a video here soon about the website and all the stuff they've got, but anyway, neat gear, just to play around with for cheap. Most of it's made in India, but whatever. We'll talk about that in the next video. I bought this back in the day, maybe a couple, 3 years ago, this little kit for $9 or $10. The price has gone up recently, about 15 to 16, but it's a lot of your primitive skills here. Nice little Altoid style size tin here for keeping it in your pack if you want to use it. Let's open this bad boy up. First thing, you got a flint. Good old-fashioned flint for fire starting. So the flints may look different on the kit you get, but this is the one I got in this one. Again, I've got 4 or 5 of these. Next, it comes with char cloth, ready to go. Good to use, practice with, and comes with a little paper insert here just to keep things separate and reasonably detached from your other kit so you don't mar things up. So you've got a fair amount of char cloth there, multiple pieces. Don't know how much char cloth there is exactly, but that's more than enough to practice with. And frankly, in most fire starting camping situations, this is going to be more than enough pieces to get fire started. I don't know, there's probably 6 to 8 big pieces and, I don't know, maybe a dozen or so little tiny little pieces like this here, which even that's more than enough to start a single fire. But you've also got the paper here to wrap it up in, and you know, also use this for fire starting, all of that. Magnifying glass. It comes with a magnifying lens here in the kit. You know, if you got a nice sunny day, you can use this thing to start an ember, something like that. Some of your basic fire crafting, all of that. You say, why would I want this? It's not always sunny out. Well, you're right, it's not. But if it is, it's kind of fun to play around with. And why waste your jute twine or anything else? If you're sitting around your campfire and want to start a fire, use this thing. This was a new package. This is a new kit that I have not opened before, other than just to look around in. I have not used this one, but fun to play around with. Also good for looking at maps, that type of stuff. You've got some smaller items to look at. So, fire starting with the sun, very useful. Now moving on to what this kit is primarily designed around, the flint and steel. Here's your steel, right here. Now the kits they offer tons and tons of different style of steels here. This is just the basic one they had back in the day. Don't know if they still offer this one, but basically this, plus your little fire starter here, your char cloth, right there, is going to take a spark, okay? You can just smash this stuff together with a little bit of your char cloth on it, get a little ember, good to go, if you know how to use it. So, this is a skill. You got to learn how to use this thing. It's just not going to come to you when you need it. I would not recommend having this in your kit if you don't know how to use it. I'm not the most proficient with this. Even presently, though I've had this for a little while, I have not used these things as much as I need to. I started out using them a lot in the early days and had some success, but I've honestly fallen off recently. Now, what else is in this kit? Jute twine. Great for pulling apart into a little bird's nest to make a little fire. So, Comes with, what was that, 4 or 5 strands, I guess, pulled apart of jute there. So you can make quite a few fires with this little kit if you know what you're doing. I think this is a great little training idea if you're teaching some Boy Scouts or just trying to learn some primitive skills. Very, very cheap overall. I think I paid $7 or $8 for the whole kit at the most. The price seems to have gone up recently to, from what I remember from the website, $12, $10 to $12 on the low end, depending on the striker. The striker's going to be the big cost determinant. They've got better strikers than this one for a lot higher, so you can generally pay $15, $16, $17 for these things. So very interesting, very fun to play around with. You know, nice skill to learn. I think you need to learn this kind of stuff. It all fits in this little kit, nice and tight. Plenty of char cloth, some extra paper. I'd probably recommend getting a few extra flints just to play around, because you're going to chip the heck out of this thing your first few times trying this stuff out. You're going to screw it up. I did. I mangled the heck out of the first one of these I ever used. But I'm going to be doing some more reviews here on primitive stuff, just because I think it's interesting. Is it absolutely necessary? No, but you can't know too much. This is a good skill to learn. Learning how to make a fire with a magnifying glass, also useful. Better than just burning ants. Got lots of other uses. Just some stuff I'm going to talk about here in the future. Did a little review on this one. Like I say, I think that's a neat little kit to keep with you. You got some time out on the trail, wherever the heck you happen to be, even your backyard, you want to play around with it, you can. Why not? Good skills to know. Indie Prepper, out.